why do conflicting Amazon objectives, and what I mean by that is perhaps a brand is trying to focus on profitability, but also sales and market share. So why do conflicting Amazon objectives damage performance? So, can you want low ACoS and achieve aggressive growth?
Very good question. This comes up a lot with clients and just level setting expectations with kind of what's realistic for their market, for their product, given the conversion rates and the market price for CPCs within their different niches and keywords that they're showing up ads on. But a lot of times, yeah, ideally, most brands want to see a much lower ACoS, but you really have to kind of step back and understand where you're at in the product lifecycle of any product, because if it's a brand new product and you're just launching it, like your expectation should not be that you're going to be profitable immediately, and you should expect to be able to hit a 30% ACoS and 10% tacos, and organic is growing, everything you do is working. Like that doesn't happen. It takes a lot more time to get things going. And if you're in that launch phase, you just kind of have to be willing to invest and accept that you're going to be operating at an 80 to 100% ACoS for a little while you start building up that velocity, building up that credibility and history on your listing, getting reviews. All of that stuff is going to kind of compound over time to help you kind of get into that if your product is properly positioned. There's a lot of things that kind of go into whether or not you're going to succeed or not, but just understanding like where you're at in that journey. Either are you launching, are you in kind of like a growth and acceleration phase, are you in like a mature market or a declining market, and understanding where that product is, where that category is in terms of that life cycle of the market moving and shifting and interests of consumers shifting. You really just got to understand that and level set your expectations of what you're doing. So if you have a much more mature product, then you might be able to actually improve efficiency without hurting organic sales too much. So I have a client that's been around for 10 years, they're positioned, they're number 4 BSR. Like we can kind of dial back a little bit and not really see a huge impact to total sales because organic is already so strong. So understanding like what you can have a goal, but understanding whether that goal is even realistic and achievable or not is going to be the crux of this. And a lot of times you'll see it like if you're operating at a 30%, you're trying to shoot for 20, you start pulling bids down on things, and you'll be able to see like you start losing visibility, your spend starts dropping. It's just because your bids aren't competitive enough. There is a market price for CPCs that other brands are able to pay. Other brands have better conversion rates than you. They can afford to pay more than you for clicks. And so that's going to kind of squeeze you and force you to kind of either improve your conversion rates or be willing to be aggressive enough to kickstart that flywheel, get the velocity going on a product, and see whether or not you can get some traction and actually get it to stick and continue growing. But yeah, you definitely have to understand what's realistic with your goals, and then be able to troubleshoot. Like if we have a goal and we're trying to work towards it, but then we see sales start tanking. Did this with a product recently. We have a new product. It's been launching for 6 months, got into a good BSR position. We're like, all right, let's try to start kind of like optimizing for efficiency here and get this a little bit more profitable, pull it down a little bit. We started doing that. Sales started dropping. So we're like, all right, let's pick it back up. We'll accept this for now. We'll keep building it up, building up that velocity and history on this. And then we'll try it again once we've kind of seen it accelerate a little bit more. After you hit kind of a certain point on that hockey stick growth of like the BSR rankings, like you're kind of just going to stay there unless you have, a bunch of stuff go wrong, new competitors, all that type of stuff. But anyway,